David Zaslav's kind of a jackass. I'm just saying, fucking overpaid jackass. But you know what? Whatever.
Definition of jackass, just look up David Zaslav.
Yeah, just taking $20 million, being like, I own Discovery, I own Warner Brothers, I got everything, I'm the fucking man. But Zaslav came out recently talking about, their Q2 earnings and pretty much made a statement about how, they've made close to $100 million because the actors are striking and the writers are striking because they're not paying these wages. And they're collecting money because Barbie did so great, huge Warner Brothers thing. So it's like they're just kind of making money off this. And, he did say some nice things though, too, but he did say, he's hoping they get back to work. He says everybody, the writers, the directors, the actors, the producers, everyone needs to be fairly compensated and feel valued and feel that they're compensated in order to do their best work. But then, he's the person that's not paying them. So it's like, you're kind of contradicting yourself. You're like, one of the main people.
Nice things. He said the right things in front of the camera in the moment that were necessary to make them look
something
good.
And doing nothing is the same fucking thing.
Was that before or after he said that they saved $100 million because of the strike?
It was after.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But it's funny how they're not talking about the billions of dollars they're already losing.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
He's a fat, rich asshole who owns a bunch of art, who doesn't know anything about art and sees it as a monetary asset and is wasting people's time with it. And he's wasting people's art and he just is throwing it away. And that's what we're at. And he doesn't know how to compensate artists because he doesn't understand what art is. And he's just monetizing it. And that's all it is to him. It's a product. So it's a waste of his time to see it as anything other than that. And it's not the right person to have that. So it's nice that really people are always in charge of this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
It's just for me though. It's like, Lexi taking this $20 million raise, right? And then being like, oh, we gotta pay them fairly, but you're not actually paying them fairly. Do you think that he's actually gonna give? Do you think he gives some of his money and actually give it to the actors and the writers so that they can have a working wage?
He doesn't give his money to anybody. Yeah. He gives it to fake charities that keep that money for themselves.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true.
I give my money to carbon credits because those are going to help the planet by not helping the planet.
Or tax write-off completely fully filmed completed films.
I'm going to finish this movie and then burn it.
Yeah, no one can have it.
Someone will get some tax credits from it if I burn it, right? Yeah, let's just do it. It's like, when you buy a store and then instead of running the store, you set the store on fire and you get the money from it, right?
Zaslav is to cinema. Zaslav is to cinema what Vince McMahon is to wrestling. That's the best way to put it.
Damn.
I mean, who knows what skeletons are in those closets?
So Jacob, do you think that he won't actually put anything out there to help this strike end? Do you think it's all bullshit words, or do you think that he's gonna actually do something? You think he'll do something at all?
I mean, who says one thing while doing an underhand fucking comment at the same time? Like, oh, I really hope we get back to work. We all need work. Everyone's got to have a support system. By the way, even without the work, we still made money. Go fuck yourselves. Like, that's all I heard. That's all I fucking heard.
That's all I heard too.
It's
like whatever. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. But you know what? Fuck it. Come into September, I'll be very happy if there is work. I'll be happy if the work comes sooner. Until then, I'll do what I got to do to get through. And I'm just going to make my own projects. And then once, Hollywood decides to start making shit again, I'll go and get my rent money.
Yeah, and he was pretty much saying that they should be done by September, but if they're not, they're going to probably make even more if it goes till the end of the year. So he's not too worried about it. So, Sabrina, what do you think about this? Do you think that this is a jackass maneuver on his part, or do you think that he's being legit to the writers and the actors and he cares about us and all that jazz?
Talk about anybody but himself and his wallet. I've said this a million times about this prick, and I think it's stupid. You don't say great picture. You don't say like in one breath, fuck you guys, great job striking. We still made a shit ton of money. We actually saved money. And then be like, but however, even though we saved money, we really want to make art. We want to do this. We want to do that. We want everyone to come to an agreement. It's bullshit. He's an asshole. And just the mere fact of him saying those things in succession like that and thinking that no one's going to notice shows the world what high regard he treats the people who listen to what the fuck he's saying too. He thinks we're all fucking morons. So kindly go fuck yourself, sir. Thank you. I
think so too. He doesn't give a fuck. Right, Sean? He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I got my money. I got my $20 million dollar. I'm good to go.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, go for it,
Put my
Lexi.
hand.
There are no rules.
Do you think that like if they decided to like say fuck all of you, we're not going to make any more content, and like from this day forward, like whatever content gets made, like we'd have to make ourselves, like just on our own, like no studios, no backing, any of that kind of stuff, and everything that exists out in the world now is what they have, and they just take that and they just like go, here's everything that exists, we're just going to monetize it. And like that's what the world gets from now on. Do you think that there's enough content that exists already that they could profit from it for the next like 30, 40 years?
Not 30, 40 years, but I know they said they're going to be good for probably a year, and that's what he was kind of saying too. The end of the year is fine, but they were also breaking down like if it goes beyond that, of course, next year it's really going to be starting to hurt them.
But
I
don't even mean new content. I mean, like if you like look at the catalog of pre-existing old content as well, like if you go, hey, here's everything, here's all of it, like because they withhold so much of it from us too. Like, hey, we're not going to give you this.
That's why I buy box sets.
Like Disney, like let's say like Disney like says tomorrow, like fuck all of you, we're not going to make any more content. But guess what? We got the key to the vault, right? And we can still like withhold and then give, right? Do you think that they have enough power with just that vault that Disney could like content hold us like for over 10 years, 15 years, like that they would never have to release content, that they could do that to us?
I think it's a different audience now, expecting new ideas, new IPs, whatever. Like it's not the same question that we probably could have asked 5-10 years ago when the true Disney Vault. I mean, I used to see those ads all the damn time. Like, this is the last chance for you to buy 101 Dalmatians. Oh shit!
But if you never saw it, it's new content, right? Like, as someone like with my podcast, like every time I'm given like movies from the 40s and 30s and stuff like that, that's all new content to me on so often, like because I've never watched it, or like so much of like my co-hosts give me new things. Like, there's so much content out there. There's no way I could have possibly seen it all. So like, there's always the ability to find something new. And every time I find something new, it's always like such a new, refreshing experience. There's so much stuff out there. Like, spending years ignoring giallo films in horror and being a horror person, and then like all of a sudden, and like in my mid-30s, going, I'm going to delve into giallo, and having like 5 years to be able to watch giallo films, like because there's so much of it. Like I just was like taking my time with it.
Too
and what
much.
have you. It was like it was a whole new experience for me, right? Like because I never had that experience. That was like almost a whole new world of horror for me. So like I'm asking, like, do you think like that's a possibility that they could do to you, like? Or do you think that I'm just someone who's like able to have that experience, and that you think that people are so closed-minded that they have to have new now, and that they're not able to go back and have those old experiences? Because like, I think like when you look at some things, like if you look at something like Snow White's so beautiful as a film that I think like it surpasses the time period that it came from, that you could give that to anybody and that's a beautiful film, right? Or something like that. So why does that necessarily?
They're remaking Snow White. They're doing that already. They're remaking. They don't care. They remake everything. They just make
live action.
Like,
I have a
beautiful
question.
films are gone, Lexi.
I have a question.
like,
what's the difference between that possibility, that reality, and the reality of when we do come back to filming? Because we're just going to be remaking all this shit that you're talking about them putting out there. So I mean, it's a lose-lose either way.
That's all it is.
And what you're talking about, I almost would rather be like, you know what, cancel it all and just give me the whole
what's
shit.
already there. Yeah, don't
start
ruin a
over.
good thing.
And then with what I said, you and I and whatever, we just go out and make our own shit, our own independent films, and let independent films flourish on their own and kind of create their own market that exists outside of all of the studios that doesn't have any whatever.
That is exactly how the studios in California started. The studios
will not let that happen.
I like this world. Let's do this world. Let's not go back to work.
That's exactly how the studios started anyway. That's the history behind cinema. I mean, the reason why we have the big Hollywood studios out here in California is because they were fighting against fucking what's the asshole Edison that like was just making cat movies.
Oh yeah,
and lo and behold, we got cat movies.
Edison's
again.
A piece of shit. Fuck him.
Well, you know what? That's what happens. So they find whatever works and they stick to it and they keep throwing it at the wall because they're like, we love doing this. This sells.